What up, players? It's Warboss Tay back up in this mug. I wanted to do a video highlighting the Lore Master tier of the July Painting Challenge. Basically just talk about what it is, how to participate. Some people are curious about this level of commitment, but they're not really sure what it is because they're maybe new challengers or they're new to the Google group and they're interested, but it's kind of intimidating when you look at the Google Docs. So I just want to break it down into the most basic parts of what it is, why I do it, and how to participate and how to kill this level of challenge. So the fluff and the fiction of my July Painting Challenge is basically our hobby community has been completely swept up by this ancient cosmic deity, god of the unfathomable blackness of space, and ripped asunder and torn into a bunch of different dimensions. And we're all basically working on our projects and trying to knock out our challenges and accomplish our goals so that we can patch together, reassemble our little Hobbiton community of hobbyists and gamers and painters. And so that's basically the fiction of the July Painting Challenge in a nutshell. And the creature that is our foe, that we're all battling on some level of our consciousness, is called Gabubu the Magnanimous. And the name is just nonsense, but the creature is comprised of 4 different, let's say, qualities that we all are going to constantly struggle against, no matter who we are for the rest of our hobby careers, let's say. And those are distraction, frustration, apathy, and real life problems. So the distraction comes from when we're working on our models and all of a sudden we realize, oh, a new video game came out, or a new edition of the game that we're playing has come out with new models. And so why should I keep painting what I'm working on when all this new stuff and shiny stuff is going to pull me away? Frustration is that feeling that we get when we're working on something and we just can't get past something that we're struggling with in the painting process or the building or anything. We get this mental block and we're not sure how to proceed, so we just get frustrated. And then that in turn leads us to giving up, moving on to something else. Then we get into apathy, which is just that feeling that, we're never going to really improve, or I'm not going to really do any better than I'm doing now. Why do I even bother painting? Because it's never going to be the way I want it to. So again, your models end up not getting painted. And of course, we've got the real life problems, which is just something that cannot be anticipated or predicted. And unless we own our own little small kingdom or island and we're independently wealthy because we won the lottery 3 times in a row, we're going to have to deal with issues of family and finances and health and all sorts of things. So Gabubu the Magnanimous, he's one heck of a foe. He does not ever die. He cannot be truly defeated, but we can hold him off. Gabubu the Magnanimous and those 4 elements that make him so powerful, we can keep them at bay. We can hold him off, like I said. And so we do that by working through our challenges. We basically say that we are going to set a commitment and we are going to complete it and we are going to finish our goals. We're going to achieve our goals and we're going to finish these models. And every model that we paint, every squad that we complete, everything that we have in our collection that's painted and ready for playing, that holds Gabubu off for another day. So that's the basic premise of the entire July Painting Challenge for this year. But in service of that, I thought, well, what is a great way for our creative people, our really, really amazing, imaginative artists out there to kind of give themselves the little extra impetus, that little extra push. And that's what the Lore Master Challenge is. All you have to do is think of a character that's going to represent you throughout this challenge. For example, it could be someone that you create or someone that you take out of fiction that's already there if you don't want to think about it. So like a Luke Skywalker or a Jon Snow or a Harry Potter. Or you can just say, like, I want to think of a knight in shining armor or a space marine not the Warhammer 40K Space Marines, but like maybe a colonist, a Marine on a colonist ship going to a hostile planet to try and colonize it for humanity. And you think of a mission to send your character on. So going with that Marine in a colony ship, let's say he's got to defend his colonists while they're setting up their settlement and they're being attacked by hostile aliens. So he has to work with the men in his squad, the men and women in his squad, to hold off the aliens and survive until they've set up the atmospheric processors and they can call in reinforcements and more Marines can come in and secure the landing zone and all of that stuff. So while I'm thinking, I've just completely made that up, but in my mind, I'm already thinking of different ways my character can succeed, ways that he can achieve his goals. What does he have to do? He has to hold off the aliens. He has to set up a perimeter. He has to go on patrols. And finally, he has to set up the communication array so that they can call for help and then hold off the enemy until the help gets there. So each one of those things is an objective that my character has to complete, or a goal that they have to achieve. And how do they achieve those goals? By you achieving your goals as a painter every single week. So every week, it says in the daily questions when to set your goals and what kind of goal you want to make. You want to make your goal achievable. You don't want to set an impossible goal that you know you're not going to achieve, because you want your avatar to achieve his or her goals. Every single week, you achieve your painting goals of the challenge, you knock out whatever goals you set, then your avatar, conversely, achieves his or her goals. And the more successful your avatar is, the more successful he or she will be at the end of the month. And that's what I want to encourage all of you potential lore masters out there to consider doing. It's so much fun. The Lore Master Challenge is so much fun. And I know I have often run out of time in the past to work on my own Lore Master fiction and my documents, but it's so great to see the creative people out there writing their fluff and writing their goals and writing their missions for their avatars. And I hope this video did enough to kind of break down what the Lore Master Challenge is, and I really hope you consider it because it's so much fun. And posting up videos, posting up the documents, typing things out, or just making a video and letting us know what your avatar is doing and how he or she is progressing, that is so much fun to follow. And when we're doing such a huge group challenge like the July Painting Challenge, that sense of community and that sense of inspiration and creativity, imagination, and that support that we all give each other, you just can't beat it. And that's why I love hosting this challenge every year. And I hope we can convince you to dive in and jump into the Lore Master Challenge. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments or if there's anything that is still unclear. I hope I've cleared this up for those of you who've had questions about the Lore Master level. And I hope that this video might tempt you to join in. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Warboss Tay 2017 July Painting Challenge. It is going to go live in a little under a week, so we'll see you then.